Good afternoon, fellas. It's Active Aussie Sean here, Friday afternoon. It's 1 p.m. I'm at Kangaroo Point here in Brisbane. I want to talk briefly about teaching English in Asia, and I came across a video by that fellow Metaphysics of MGTOW or whatever he calls himself. I think he's changed his name now, put monkeys on the end of it. But whatever. I was quite interested in that video because I have actually taught English in Asia before, specifically in a few cities in China, and I just thought I would put in my 50 cents worth, so to speak. I feel that, like what Marcus said in his video, teaching English in Southeast Asia or Asia in general, yes, it can be a very rewarding experience, and I think for especially young men who feel, you could say, disenfranchised and marginalised, I think it is a viable option for a lot of men. If you feel like you are just sort of stuck in a rut and you're like backed into a corner and you feel like you don't have much future here in large cities like here in Brisbane, I think it's worth a try, even though in the long run it may not work out. I feel that it's just good to get out of your comfort zone sometimes and have new experiences, and I don't just mean in regard to women, which is why a lot of men have been going over to places like Thailand, Vietnam, China, Japan, etc. But if you're just an average man, if you're just average looking, or maybe you're slightly above average looking, and you're a fit guy, you'll do pretty well over in Asia with the ladies, even in places like China and Vietnam, which are basically still communist regimes, communist countries. Even there, a lot of the women are very approachable to even average Western men, very receptive. And even though it's quite different in China, or you could say Vietnam, to Thailand, Philippines, South Korea, Japan, those sort of places, I'd say to young men, if you can do it, I'd say just do it, try it out. If you're still a guy who still wants to date, have a girlfriend, I know not everyone who listens to this channel is a MGTOW, and the same with some other channels, but I think just staying in the West now, it's basically a waste of time. It's a waste of effort. I know you'll hear some guys saying, oh, it's just a cop-out and you should stay in your own country and try and change things. But I just feel that's just like a dead end, at least now in 2026. Some people will probably disagree with me, and I welcome any feedback, any comments, as usual. The only warning I would give to men is even over in Asia, just do not get married, especially to the younger gals under 30. I've come across a lot of men, and it's just who are married in China, Thailand and China, the two countries I'm most familiar with, and it just ended up being a disaster. One guy in particular from Toronto in Canada, I won't mention any names, this fellow's name, but this story is quite well known in the ESL business. He was in Guangxi province and he married a 26-year-old teacher. He was working at a university, and it turned out to be a total disaster. It's quite a long story, but this fellow is actually lucky to be alive, and that marriage basically destroyed his life. So some guys think, oh, it doesn't work out in the West, I'll go over to Asia and find a wife there. There's no guarantee at all that's going to work either. So I'd say even if you have a girlfriend in China, Thailand, China, Vietnam, wherever, do not get married to her. That would be the main piece of advice I would give. I just think marriage is a dead end now, anywhere, almost anywhere, and men just don't get any benefit from it. Like this passport bro movement has turned out to be quite a red herring, and we have a lot of ultra gynocentrism and radical feminism creeping into places like especially Singapore and the Philippines, but you've got it in South Korea now and Japan also to some extent. So it's basically becoming a woman's world, you could say, all over the place globally now. But I still think Asia is a better option for average Western men. That's just my take on it. You might have other ideas. I'm going to make a few more videos, another video in regard to massage shops as well, just in regard to something I found out recently. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope you're all doing well. I'll talk to you again soon, I hope.